Governor, you applauded Santa Clara County for shutting down these large events. The Kings have a home game a few blocks away from here tomorrow night, and Sacramento County hasn't made that same decision. They say they've given up on containment at this point, though. So I'm a little bit curious how you'd address the disconnect for Californians who are looking at these very extreme steps happening in some parts of the state while events are going on elsewhere.
I don't see it as a disconnect at all. I think the conditions are distinctive in Santa Clara, and I think the death only highlights that. And the number of cases in Santa Clara distinguishes Santa Clara. Now, Sacramento is not far behind, and I think it's in all of our interests that the Santa Clara health officials make recommendations, and we're guiding those recommendations. But you ask me, if you are asking me my personal opinion about large events like sporting events, I found it quite curious, and I mean this with respect. It may not come across this way, but I found it quite curious that the four major organizations, NHL, soccer, Major League Baseball, and the NBA, put out guidelines to protect their athletes, but not their fans. And I found that curious. And I think they owe you and their fan base an answer as to why is it more important to keep you as reporters away from their players in the locker room than keeping fans in highly contagious parts of the country together? So I think it is incumbent upon not only those leagues, but I agree with you, local health officials, to assess the conditions and make those determinations. And I can assure you those will be forthcoming. I don't want to get ahead of local decisions, but you're going to be hearing a lot more, as you've been hearing, about large-scale events, concerts, tennis tournaments, and other events, including parades, that are being canceled all across the country, all across the state in real time.
Are you trying to say you want these leagues to take the proactive step of canceling games or taking
I
extreme
think
measures for how
I
they
think
handle
the local health officials should make those determinations, but I think the leagues owe their fans more than just consideration of their players. I think they also should consider more broadly the public.